So it's almost 80 degrees today, and I'm out here by Wyandotte Lake in Kansas because I thought I'd bring out a convertible to show you all. And it's a bright one too. This is a 2024 Mini Cooper S convertible, or if you're over in Europe, it's a Cabrio. Yes, we call it a convertible, but I know the difference between a convertible and a Cabrio. This one is in zesty yellow, and it's completely yellow. It's yellow on yellow on yellow. It even has the interior too. And it looks really good in this configuration with the satellite gray color line as well. Black tentacle spoke wheels, black accents throughout. It's a little dusty out here, but that's because it is windy out today as well. So I thought it'd be fun to bring it by, well, there's no beach over there, at least not one I could get to, but I thought I'd show off the car over here anyway because it's a beautiful day out in early March. So what are some of the features of this car? Well, aside from the fact that it has a convertible top, which is perfectly obvious, as you can see, it also has nice equipment inside as well. You do get navigation, and you get Apple CarPlay. You get the black, piano black trim on the interior. You also get this really nice interior. You even have a heated steering wheel if you should need one. Coupled with these paddle shifters, so you can shift manually as well, it makes it a really fun car to drive around in. In fact, I've been driving it around now for about an hour, and I'm having a blast, even though it's a Cooper S convertible and it's a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Yes, the 7-speed dual clutch shifter and the 8-speed automatic shifter do look identical, and that's because they technically are. One way to tell the difference, though, is the 8-speed automatic, I believe, has a red line on the shifter indicating what it is. Now, if we go under the bonnet, powering this little Cabrio is a 189 horsepower, 2-liter turbocharged motor with about 207 foot-pounds of torque. Now, if you're over in Europe, you're going to be getting 178 horsepower due to emissions, but otherwise, it is still a very peppy car regardless, and it just looks really good. Zesty yellow with the black accents. It has a greenish hue to it as well. With my glasses on, I can actually see the green tint in it, partly because my glasses are polarized. But it's just a really nice little car, and it's attracting the little bugs because it looks like a daisy. If we pop the trunk, or I should say the tailgate, you have lots of space in here, and if you needed to lift the roof up, you can get more access in here by pulling up on these handles here and here and raising this to get more boxes and luggage and whatever you need to do inside of there. The tailgate, you do have a tailgate here, and it can hold at least 176 pounds. I am not going to sit on that because I am over 176 pounds. With the top up, you do have a sunroof mode as well, which I've used, and it's quite good. Now, you also have these little holes here that you might notice. These are for the wind deflector, which I will put up on the car shortly so you guys can get an idea of what that's like. If you're concerned about safety, because yes, with no roof, we have no head curtain airbags. The windshield is designed to hold the full weight of the car. It's that solid. On top of that, there are rollover bars on the rear that will pop up in the event of a rollover. Not that you ever have that problem with these cars. So now back to that wind deflector. Here it is. It comes in its own little bag, nicely stored. And when you pull it out, it folds as well. Now, when this thing is fully opened up and with the deflector flipped up, it looks like that. Now, I'm going to install it, but I'm not going to do it with the camera because it's a pain in the butt to hold the camera and install these things at the same time. This does work very well in improving the noise in the car because with the top down, it is a very windy car. I mean, there's no roof on it. Of course it's windy, but it does help really well. Now, if you have the windows up, it makes it even better. Fun fact along with all that, if it starts raining for whatever reason, just go about 60 miles per hour. The way the car is designed, the rain will actually just go up and over the car and you'll stay perfectly dry inside. I've never actually tested that, so don't quote me on it. But I think it'd be fun if we took this for a drive so we can see how this works. So let's give it a go. Now, you'll have to forgive me for my odd choice of camera angles here, but I couldn't resist the opportunity to have the camera mounted in a place where you could actually see me from the roof, which is quite unusual. But there's the wind deflector. There's my other camera. And we're gonna go for a drive. And it is windy. So hopefully you all can hear me. And if not, I apologize. So with the deflector in, and it is still windy outside, it actually does a good job of muffling the air a little bit. Like, I feel like right now I can carry on a conversation with people in the car while I'm driving. And given this beautiful road we are on at Wyandotte Lake, that's a good thing. It's incredibly fun. I'm not usually someone who goes for convertibles. I typically go for the hardtop variant of the car. So driving a convertible is very different to me. Driving one with the top down, even more so. And even on these narrow roads around this lake, it is very compliant, very solid, very comfortable. Handles it very well. Now you would think with the roof off the car that it would be a little bit more sloppy, and in truth, convertibles back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s and 70s and everything, were very, very flimsy because you take the roof off, you remove a large portion of the rigidity of the vehicle. But they've countered that by making other sections of the car more rigid, more sturdy, adding bracing where it didn't originally have bracing in order to make the car more solid. And it works. The Cabrio braces are actually so popular that people like to buy them and add them to their hardtop Mini Coopers because it just adds an extra bit of rigidity to what is already a stiff body on the car. So adding extra stiffness will just make the car even better. But this is a nice car to drive around in, especially on a beautiful day like this with the sun out. You definitely want to go around with the top down. Or as some of my friends would say, go topless, for lack of a better term. Now, we're not going topless in this Mini Cooper for obvious reasons, because I don't want to. But it is a very, very comfortable car, and it's not that bad out with the wind deflector, and I actually kind of like this. This is actually pretty fun. It just feels different driving a car with no roof on it, because that's not something I'm used to doing. And I know there's a lot of convertible owners out there that love these things, and I know there's a lot of people out there that don't really like them. I happen to think that this generation of the Mini Cooper convertible is probably one of the best looking, and I can't figure out why. I think it's just the body lines of the car work for it. It looks really good with its top down. I don't know why. I just happen to think it looks really good with the top down. And there's a lot of people out there that would agree with me on that one. So overall, what are your thoughts on the Mini Cooper Cabrio, the Mini Cooper convertible? What do you think of it? Is it a cool looking car? Is it a fun car? There's people out there who love these things, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of this vehicle? Do you like the color even? I think this car looks amazing in this color, and with this interior, it's perfect. I can't think of an interior color that would look any better in this car than what they put in this one. It just works really, really well. In the meantime, if you like what you see, check out more content on this channel at the end of this video, and thanks for watching.